morning to everyone present here. I, Arlene Kaur, student of MA English, final year.
And I, Arshdeep Kaur, student of BA English Honours final year. We are honoured to be here today to welcome you all to the one-day workshop on capacity enhancement through speaking skills. First and foremost, I would like to welcome our Head of the Department, Professor Jasprit Kaur, Dean Placements, Dean Languages and Controller Examination, and all the faculty members who have taken their time from their busy schedules to come to this workshop and share their experiences with us. Your dedication and commitment to our academics is genuinely appreciated, and we are grateful for the opportunity to learn from you. I would also like to welcome all the members of English Literacy Society who have made an effort to attend this workshop. Your presence here today demonstrates your desire to learn and grow. This workshop is a chance for us to challenge ourselves and broaden our perspective. Now, I would like to welcome Professor Jasprit Kaur to come on the stage and share her few words.
A warm welcome to all of you. I'm so happy that all of you have volunteered to come here to learn the skill of speaking. It is a skill that is much sought after these days. The person who speaks well rules the world. So I welcome you. Do I have sitting in front of me anyone who was born in the last century? I'm talking about the students. Are all of you born in this century? So I can call you Gen Z, right? So the Gen Z is sitting in front of me with curious eyes, smiling faces. Yes. 2024. 1 month is almost over. The same way 11 months will disappear. 2025 is staring at us right at the corner. So it means 1/4 of the century is over. Now, in these 2 years, 2024 and 25, whatever you learn, your next quarter will depend entirely on the result of that. Yes? So, 25 to 50 is your peak time. Whatever you learn now will depend how you approach to these speaking skills, all the workshops that we conduct for you. So, from 25 to 50 would be your peak productive period. But that will depend on how much you learn today, now. When you are in the college, in the company of your teachers, in the company of your colleagues. Right? And the next quarter, you will be so successful, reaping the fruits of what you learned here today, these days, college days, university days, and so on the next quarter. It means the entire century belongs to you. So clap for yourself. You have been born in this century. This century belongs to you, dear students. And today, this capacity enhancement workshop through speaking skills, I am going to tell you, and please mark my words, skill is the new currency. Don't forget that. You might not get a job. You might not have a business of your dad. But if you are skilled, you will be earning. You will be successful. So this is the new currency. And this is what you are going to learn today and in your college days. Always volunteer yourselves to enroll for such initiatives that we undertake for you. It's not easy for us and for you to be here. We specially organize such programs for you. We bring all our students here so that our reach can reach to the maximum people. Right? I know you will be very successful once you learn all these skills. As I said, skill is the new currency. But a word of caution here as well. Please be intellectually humble always. Intellectually humble means the curious joy of being wrong. We can be wrong, can't we? Yes, we are human beings. We can be wrong. Number 2, be flexible to learn new things at any stage of your life. And yes, to admit that the other can also be right. So if you are intellectually humble, if you speak well, if you learn, this century is yours. So I congratulate Gen Z sitting in front of me with curious eyes and mind, with open hearts. I can see stars in your eyes and dreams in your mind. So I welcome you once again here. Your resource persons have worked very hard to share with you their words of wisdom from their treasure of experience. They are vastly experienced. Please listen attentively to each and every word spoken by them. And leave this hall when your pockets are full with this new currency, that is the skills. So welcome once again, and I welcome the resource persons who have meticulously planned everything for you. I am sure you have your writing pads set in front of you to note down new things, the nuances, the rudiments of how to speak effectively. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for enlightening us. Now, I would like to call Arlene Kaur, Vice President of English Literary Society, to introduce the theme of workshop.
There is a saying about communication. Excellent communication doesn't happen naturally. It is a product of process, skill, climate, relationship, and hard work. Today's workshop aims at enhancing our capacity by honing our speaking skills. The resource persons of this workshop are Convener of English Literary Society, Dr. Rubal Barar, Dr. Amanpreet Kaur, Professor Loveleen Kaur, and Professor Harmanpreet Kaur. This workshop would unlock the full potential of our communication abilities. I am sure this workshop will benefit each one of us. Our esteemed resource persons bring a wealth of expertise and experience. They will be guiding us through interactive session, practical exercises, and insightful discussions. By the end of this workshop, each participant will walk away with newfound confidence, clarity, and conviction in their ability to communicate effectively in every setting. I encourage you to embrace this opportunity. Now, I would like to call Professor Loveleen Kaur, Dr. Amanpreet Kaur, and Professor Harmanpreet Kaur to begin with the workshop. Please, ma'am.
A very good morning to all of you. And today we are going to talk about speaking skills and the various components which are associated with it to become a good speaker. So as we all know that speaking is natural to all. It's a spontaneous process. We learn to speak naturally in our mother tongue. But when it comes about learning a second or a foreign language, it becomes a difficult task for all of us. So speaking in a foreign language, speaking in a second language, it's not natural. It's not a spontaneous process. It requires lots of hard work and sincere and grave efforts. So, skill, as a skill, speaking is one of the 4 English language skills. I would like to quote them. First of all, listening. second is speaking, third one is writing, and third one is reading, and fourth one is writing. So speaking takes the second place in this sequence. So the first slide shows you what is the meaning of speaking skills. Speaking is an act of conversing or expressing one's thoughts and feelings in a language. So with the help of speaking, with the help of speech, with the help of communication, we share our ideas, our opinions, our thoughts, our feelings, and these skills give us ability to communicate effectively. So these skills, when you acquire these skills, then your communication becomes polished, it becomes refined, and you can design your message, you can impart your message in a more convincing manner. Third, these skills allow the speaker to convey his message in a passionate, thoughtful, and convincing manner. So now, there are different areas of knowledge and components of speaking skills. First is grammar, second is vocabulary, third is pronunciation, fourth is fluency, and last one is comprehension. Grammar, first, what is the meaning of grammar? So grammar is the building block of any language. All languages have their grammar. So grammar is the underlying structure of a language that any native speaker of that language knows intuitively. So primarily, grammar is the set of rules, protocols, regulations dealing with word structure, sentence structure of a particular language. So without using proper grammar, we cannot have a mastery over how to use and how to write English in a proper way, in a correct way. So grammar helps in the construction of correct sentences, the correct combinations, and it is a foundation for speaking and for understanding English. Then I would like to give you a brief account of the types of grammar. So these different types, they help us in understanding English language. So first is prescriptive grammar, second is descriptive, and third is generative or transformational grammar. So first one is descriptive. A descriptive grammar always tells about the language and its grammar rules. Those should be used, and it basically focus on the standard form of grammar. And second is descriptive. Descriptive grammar, it shows that the language, its structures and its rules which are used by the native speakers, and it focuses on the standard and non-standard forms. And the third one is generative, or you can say transformational grammar. So this allows the speakers to generate or to create infinite number of sentences by using finite or fixed number of rules which are accepted by the speakers of a particular region or area. Then comes the stepping stones to learn English grammar. So English grammar, it covers so many different areas of knowledge. First, like parts of speech. Second, subject and verb agreement. Third, tenses. Fourth, voice, active and passive. And last one is narration, direct and indirect speech. So first is parts of speech. So what is the meaning of parts of speech? Parts of speech means all the words in a language, they are grouped or they are categorized into 8 parts or 8 fragments depending upon the function of the particular word. So traditionally these groups or these categories are called parts of speech, but nowadays these are referred as lexical categories, or you can say word classes. The second name of parts of speech is word classes. So then parts of speech, in parts of speech we will cover different parts because we speak number of sentences in our day-to-day communication, in our day-to-day conversation. So every sentence that is spoken by us is composed of different parts. For example, nouns, pronouns, adjectives, adverbs, interjections, conjunctions. So first of all, I would like to pick the first part of speech, that is noun. So noun, you all know what is the meaning of noun. So noun is the word that names a person, place, animal, thing, or you can say abstract idea. So nouns, they comprise the largest groups of words in English grammar in any language. So the different examples are given here in the slide, like Mohan. Mohan is the name of a person, dog is animal, table is a thing, India is a country, or any abstract idea. You can say happiness, hater, jealous, so all will come under the nouns. So nouns also have different categories like proper nouns, common nouns, collective nouns, compound nouns. Then second part of speech is pronouns. Pronouns are the substituting words and they can replace nouns. In the place of nouns we use pronouns. For example, he, she, it, and these are the more generic forms of nouns, which refer to individuals or you can say persons. The third part of speech is verb. So verbs are the action words. We all use verbs and they cannot construct any sentence without verbs. And verbs, these are the action words and these shows that what is happening in a sentence, what happens in a sentence. Then verbs, we can also classify verbs in different categories. First of all, action verbs. So action verbs also always indicate that something is happening in the sentence. For example, he runs, the insect crawls. Here crawl is action verb. Then he walks. Walks again is an action verb. Then stative verbs. Second category of verbs is stative verbs. So stative verbs are these verbs always describe emotions, opinions. For example, love is the example of stative verb. Then want, then wish. And third category is transitive verb. Transitive verbs always they are connected to the direct object. Then intransitive verb, then helping verbs. So majority of verbs in the English grammar are helping verbs. For example, is, am, are, was, were, had, have, has. So we if there are 5 main verbs in the paragraph, then more than that 15 or 20 might be helping verbs in the same paragraph. So then the fourth part of speech is adverb. Adverb is a word that adds meaning to a verb, to an adjective or to another verb. So in this slide 3 examples are given here. First is he runs very fast. So in this sentence, very is you can say very is an adverb which adds meaning to the verb runs. So second, she is looking extremely gorgeous. This is the second example where adverb adds a meaning to an adjective. So here gorgeous is an adjective and extremely is an adverb. So extremely adds meaning to gorgeous. Third, next is he is selling his merchandise very quickly. So in this sentence there are 2 adverbs. First is very and second is quickly. So the first adverb you can say adds the meaning of the second adverb, that is quickly. So next part of speech is adjectives. So adjectives are the words which describe the traits or the qualities of nouns or pronouns. And adjectives make language very interesting. And adjectives are not very essential, but without using adjectives you cannot beautify a language. You cannot you can say you make much interesting. So examples of adjectives are like smart, quick. I will give you some phrases like the older man in this phrase. Older is adjective. Then the blue car, blue is adjective. So there are different classes of adjectives are there. Then comes prepositions. Prepositions are the words which maintain a relationship between nouns with the nouns or noun phrases with the rest of the sentence. For example, on, in, at, behind, above, below. So there are different categories and there is an endless list of prepositions we use in English language. Then comes conjunctions. Conjunctions are the linking words which link the different clauses. For example, and, but, on. So these are also, we can categorize conjunctions into 3 categories. Like first is coordinating conjunction. Those are 7 types. And next, paired conjunctions we always use in pairs. For example, either or, neither nor, but also, not only. Then third is subordinating conjunctions. For example, these are used for using clauses, like because, so different parts. We can use these conjunctions for joining the different parts of the sentence. And then comes interjection. Interjection are the words which are used to describe the intense reactions or intense emotions. For example, wow, oh, alas. So these are different. With the help of these words, we express our happiness, we express our excitement. Then comes determiners. Determiners are limiting words that limit the, you can say, meaning of a noun or a noun phrase. And we include different categories into the determiners, like these will have demonstratives, possessives, interrogatives, and all. But the traditional grammars, they do not include articles into determiners. But modern grammars, they include articles into determiners. So these are the different type of parts of speech which are you can say fundamentals of any language. So next is subject-verb agreement. Subject-verb agreement is a grammatical rule which tells that the verbs or the number of verbs or verbs that must match with the subject or the pronoun. So this rule, and majority of students, they commit mistakes in the application of rule, because this according to this rule, a singular subject takes a singular verb and a plural subject takes a plural verb. So examples here, two examples are given. First is tree causes hay fever. So in this, tree is single. So tree, it is a singular. The subject is, so tree is a subject in this sentence. So subject is third person singular. So it always carry the singular verb, the singular form of verb, that means causes. So which ends with s or es. So tree is single, but it comes in the category of single third person singular category. So second is trees. Trees are plural, so we don't use s or es at the back of the verb. Trees cause hay fever. So second example is the author analyzes the text. Again, the author is third person singular, and we don't use analyze here, but we are using analyzes, as we are attaching s or es at the back of the verb. So the author analyzes the text. If there are more authors, then we will omit s or es at the back of the verb. So this means that a third person. So according to this rule, the third person singular is a category in which we will put all the nouns, all the animals, they will come in this category. So the animal, the dog, we cannot say the dog drink, but the dog drinks. The cat lick, not the cat licks. So all nouns, they will come in this category, except I drink, you drink, but he drinks, she drinks. Okay, so this is very important. Subject-verb agreement, you have to keep in mind all the time when you frame sentences, when you construct sentences, especially the simple present tense. So this rule is applicable in simple present tense, not with any other tense. So then the next you can say part is tenses. So we cannot imagine any language without the use of tenses. So tenses are they are the big backbone of the language. They are the building blocks of the language. So we have broadly, because tenses indicates time. Time has been divided into three categories: present, past, and future. So basically we can divide time into three broad categories. First is present, second is past, and third is future. So again, the three categories are again divided into four subparts. First is present tense. Present tense is divided into further four parts, like present indefinite tense, present continuous tense, present perfect tense, and present perfect continuous. So the same division will be applicable for the other two parts. So first is simple present. We all know that simple present tense is used for the, you can say, it is used for the facts, it is used for the daily routine tasks, it is used for the truths. For example, the moon comes out at night, so this is a universal truth. The sun rises in the east, this is again a fact. I get up early in the morning, I do my work every day. So these all statements, they signify your routine tasks. So these facts, these universal truths, these daily routine tasks are signified, or you can say these are expressed with the help of simple present tense. So we always use first form of verb, and second is present continuous tense. Present continuous tense, it indicates that an action is happening at the present time. And mainly use are is, am, are plus ing with first form of verb. Like now what I am doing, I am delivering a lecture in front of the students. Okay, students are listening to me, so these are the examples of present continuous tense. Then comes present perfect tense. Present perfect tense describes that an action has been completed in the present time. Like I have completed my lecture, the students have submitted the assignments. So in this tense we always use has, have plus third form of verb. Then next is present perfect continuous tense. So this is a little bit difficult for the students, because in this is the fourth part of the present tense, and in this tense we will this tense is describes, or when the action, some action has begun in the past but still some part is continuing, and that action or that part might extend in the future. So in this tense we always use has been, have been plus ing and the first form of the verb. Like I have been delivering this lecture since morning, or I have been delivering this lecture for the last 2 hours. So these are the examples. In this tense we always use since and for. Since and for are used, these are the time indicators, and since indicates or since is used for a particular point of time till now, and for is used for a particular for a period of time, for the entire length of time till now. Then comes the second part, the second tense, that is past tense. Simple past tense is used when the action has been completed in the past. Like I submitted my assignments, students went to college. So these are the examples. So in this tense we always use second form of verb. Then comes past continuous. Past continuous in which action is continuing, or action was happening in the past for a you can say for a certain period of time. So in this we will always use was verb plus ing plus first form of verb. Like I was shopping, I was taking my lunch. Okay. So then comes past perfect. Past perfect tense indicates when the action or the event has been completed in the past. So in this we always use had plus third form of verb. Then here one example is given. I had worked, I had submitted my assignments, I had done my shopping. Then past perfect continues. This is the fourth part of past. The second tense, past perfect continues in this tense. So first of all, this tense indicates that some action has begun in the past, and most or the, you can say, a part of the action was completed. So in this we always use had been plus first form of verb with ing. Like I had been working, since and for. So where we will use had been, has been. In those particular tenses we always use since and for the time indication. Then comes simple future tense. Simple future tense is used where future tense is used where actions or events will happen in the future. So in this tense we use will and shall plus first form. Like I will go to Bombay. Here I will work. I will go to Bombay. Students will come to college. So these are examples. Then future continuous tense. In future continuous tense we always use will be, shall be, first form plus ing. So in this this particular tense indicates that when action will be done in the future but in a progressive form. Then future perfect tense. In this tense indicates that activity, any activity or any action will be completed in the future. So in this will, we will use will, shall, will have, shall have plus third form of verb. Like I will have worked. Then the last one is future perfect continuous tense. So in this we will use will have been, shall have been plus first form plus ing. For example, I will have been working. So these are the tenses. There are 12 tenses in the English grammar, which are the basics for learning any language. So next category comes passive voice, active to passive voice. So there are basically primarily two types of transformation in English grammar. First is active to passive voice and second is reported speech. Direct, we can also say direct to indirect speech. So the first type of transformation is active to passive voice. So usually in today's English, active voice is preferred. Especially if you are following American English, they discourage the passive voice completely. But although the majority of English being spoken in the world today is American because it is a large country. So in UK English, the passive voice is used very often, and India was ruled by them for about 200 years, and that's why we learned English from them. And we are continuing in the rules of UK in comparison to US. So by and large, in India, the Indian English is UK English. Therefore, we still use the passive form. So you need to remember 4 things for this transformation when you transform active to passive. Then first of all, the subject becomes object. So I would like to, there are few examples of tenses. First present simple tense is given like I do my homework, and the passive is my homework is done. So in this sentence, I do, I is the subject, do is the verb, and homework is the object. So when you change this active tense sentence into passive, then I, the subject, it becomes the object. So this is the first rule, when the subject becomes the object. Then second is, subject is added using by. We always use the preposition by before the object, before the subject, when subject becomes the object. So then third is, object becomes subject. So first I do my homework was done. So my homework, it takes the first place now. My homework is object, it becomes the subject. My homework, then the verb or the active verb changes into the corresponding tense according to the rules. So here I is omitted. In the first sentence, I is omitted because sometimes, the majority of times, the subject is not shown. So I do my homework is done by me. So by me is understood because it is at the back. Next is present continuous tense. I am doing my homework according to rule. I am doing, so when we will transform this sentence into passive, then I am doing my homework. When you change this, it will, the verbs are ismr, we will use ismr, and ing will be omitted, and in place of ing we will use being, is being. My homework is being done. Next is past simple. Past simple we always use second form like I did my homework. So in this again the subject it becomes object, my homework, and when you convert this passive voice, this active into passive, then the past tense it will changes into the past continuous or was were. So second form will change into was were plus third form of verb. Then comes present perfect tense. In present perfect tense we always use has have plus third form of verb like I have done my homework. Here my homework was being done. Again ing will be omitted and in place of ing we will use being. Then present perfect tense I have done. Past perfect I have done my homework, and had we will omit had will convert into had been. Then future simple I will do my homework will be done. So will or shall will convert into will be or shall be, and the third form of verb is already there. Then comes future simple, future be going to, be going form to like I am going to do my homework. So my homework is going to be done. Again, ing plus third form. Modal, I must do my homework. Must be. Must will convert into must be. My homework must be done. Then the modal perfect, I should have done my homework. Then should have been. Should have will convert into should have been. And in all passive, when you convert active to passive voice, we always use third form of verb with the few rules that you have to memorize while this transformation. So next is direct. This is the second type of transformation in English grammar, that is direct or indirect speech. So direct, so what is the meaning of direct speech and what is the meaning of indirect speech? First of all, direct speech, we use direct speech to quote speaker's exact words. So the exact words or exact speech that is spoken by the speaker, that is enclosed within the quotation marks. For example, in this slide, you are seeing that Jane said, I am tired. So the words within this quotation, these are the direct speech or the exact words spoken by the speaker, which are followed by the said, Jane said. So Jane said may come before the speech, or may come after the speech. Then there are certain rules. Jane said that he was tired. So when you change direct speech into indirect speech, then first of all you will use the conjunction that, because I am tired and said Jane, these are the two different parts of the sentence. So when you convert these different parts and when you transform this into one single sentence, then definitely you need a conjunction, you need something to join those parts. So then that is used, she was tired. Again, according to certain rules, I am tired, am, is, am, are, they will take the past form, was, were. And then she was tired, I am tired. So I will change according to the, you can say, person or the pronoun in the reported verb. And indirect speech is a reported speech, and it is a way of reporting what someone said without using quotation marks. So second is, I love playing the guitar, Sam said. So in this, I love playing the guitar, this is the present continuous tense in which is, am, are plus first form of verb and ing is used. And when we change this into indirect speech, it will become Sham said that. Conjunction is there. He loved playing the guitar. So we make this particular statement a very simple statement by putting a full stop at the end of the sentence. So there are certain rules for you if you are reporting a very declarative sentence. Declarative means a very general statement through which you can give information. So a declarative, when you report a declarative sentence, you can use different words. But commonly words we use told, said in these speeches. If you are reporting interrogative sentences, there are two examples here. Like the sixth example, have you seen my keys? He asked. And seventh one, what time is the meeting? He inquired. So in these two sentences, the verbs which are used, asked and inquired. Inquired, asked, inquired. So these verbs are used for interrogative sentences. Then comes imperative. Imperative sentences are those sentences in which orders are given, commands are given. So in these we use requested, the different verbs like requested, commanded and ordered, pleaded. So then what's the time? Let's go to the park, they suggested. There are 8 sentences there. So this is imperative sentence. Suggestion is given. So here they suggested going to the park. A simple statement. The very complex or the clauses or different parts of the sentence, they are converted into a simple statement. They suggested going to the park. Then I will call you later. He promised that he would call me later. So will change into would. And you have to keep in mind that while this transformation, how can you change the pronouns in the reported speech. So pronouns always change according to the, you can say, persons in the reported verb. They should, transform accordingly. I don't want to go, she said she didn't want to go. So in the next slide, there are certain rules. The direct speech, then reported indirect speech. For example, first is simple present. So when you make this conversion, simple present tense should always be converted into simple past. For example, first is Preeti said, "I look pasta." So in this sentence, Preeti said that conjunction is there. She cooked pasta. So first person will change according to the Preeti. Preeti is the third person, so I becomes third person. Okay, I becomes she. Then cook. This is a simple present tense, and here cooked, the second form of verb is used. She cooked pasta. Then present continuous tense. Preeti said, "I am cooking pasta." Again, is MR plus first form of verb. So when this conversion is done, Preeti said that conjunction is there, that she was cooking pasta. So present continuous tense will convert into past continuous, where was verb plus ing plus first form is used. Then present perfect tense. Present Preeti said, "I have cooked pasta." Again, present perfect tense we will use has, have plus third form of verb. When we do this conversion, Preeti said that she had cooked pasta. So this will convert into past perfect, where had plus third form is used. Then simple past. Simple past, I have already told you that in simple past tense we will always use second tense of verb, second form of verb. Like Preeti said, "I cooked pasta." So this tense will change into past perfect. Then past continuous. Preeti said, "I was cooking pasta." I was. Again, past perfect continues, where had been plus ing plus third form is used. Then past perfect tense. Preeti said, "I had cooked pasta." Again, had plus third form. This will convert into past perfect. So no change is there. So two sentences. Preeti said that she had cooked pasta. And the last one is past perfect continuous tense. Preeti said, "I had been cooking pasta." Again, there will be no change. Preeti said that she had been cooking pasta. Only pronouns will change, but there will be no change in the tense. So had been, no change. When you convert had been, there will be no change. Then had past perfect will show no change. Past perfect continues. So these two tenses will show no change except the others. So these are different rules, or you can say these are different stepping stones, or the building blocks for which we can learn language. So by keeping these rules in mind, you can master any language. So now the forthcoming slides will be explained by Professor Harman.
What you have witnessed today in this short span of time undertaken by Dr. Aman is what you study for your 3 years. The basic grammar in your undergraduate program is this bit. So all the rules, I know, I could see the faces that a little bit of overwhelming was, you were feeling that. But better, these are the simple grammar rules that you need to internalize. If you want to be a good orator, if you want to speak well, then these are the basic tools, bete. So we will be sharing this PPT with you. A lot of hard work has gone into making this PPT. So this presentation will be shared with you on the WhatsApp groups. So please keep on revisiting it, right? And whatever rules and explanations that you have noted down, correlate it, and please keep on going back to it. Very well done, Aman ma'am. So, thank you so much.
For explaining the component of grammar in such detail. Now let's move on to the next component, that is vocabulary. Vocabulary, as we all know, is the body of words in a particular language. It is the foundation of every language that provides us with the necessary building blocks to express ourselves. And an improved vocabulary makes your communication skills more effective, allowing you to connect with others, form meaningful relationships, and get more positive outcomes. The fastest method to improve vocabulary is by developing a habit of reading. You can start reading any work of your interest. You will find many new words while reading. You can mark those words and you can find the meanings of those words in a good dictionary. For instance, you can follow these dictionaries like Merriam-Webster, Collins-Cobalt and Oxford Practice Dictionary. With the help of these dictionaries, you can search the meanings of the words, and finally, you can practice these words in your everyday conversations. That will improve your vocabulary and you will be able to build a good vocabulary. After vocabulary, the next component that we have to enhance our speaking skills is pronunciation. Pronunciation is the act or manner of correctly speaking the words, correctly pronouncing the words. We all know that in English we have 26 alphabets, A, B, C, D, etc. And among these alphabets there are 5 vowels and rest of the alphabets are consonants. So the 5 vowels are A, E, I, O and U. The other alphabets are termed as consonants. So despite there being just 26 alphabets in English language, most of you maybe don't know that there are 44 unique sounds in English. When you must have realized this that while pronouncing cat with the letter C, C-A-T, cat, C sometimes give you the sound of K. K. The sound is K, the alphabet is K. Then also when, for example, I speak C-H-E-C-K, that is check. Here C is giving C and H. The combination of C and H is giving us the sound of ch. So that is the basic confusion and the weakness of English language. That sometimes the alphabets in themselves, they are not able to correctly convey the sound that is there. So we need to learn the pronunciation. And for that you can focus on the 44 phonemes of English language. So the 44 sounds are separate and unique symbols recognized by IPA, International Phonetic Alphabet Association. So these 44 sounds further divide into 2 categories, that we have vowels and consonant sounds. As you can see in this picture, there are 20 vowel sounds in English language. These vowel sounds are further divided into 2 categories. First one is monophthong and second is diphthong. Mono is one sound, that is a single sound. For instance, short E, the first symbol that you can see, this symbol is the sound of short E, as in the word E-I-T, pit. The second is the short sound, that is P-E-T, pet. Third is the long A sound, that is P-A-T, pat, at. And then short sound P-U-T, put, and so on. Next is the sound of O, and then we have short U and short in another. So the first column is of short vowels. The second column comprises long vowel sounds. There is short E, then there is also long E. Short E in the word E-I-T, pit. Long E in the word B-E-A-N, bean. So there is a short E and there is a long E. Usually we fix the vowels into 5 alphabets only, A, E, I, O, U. But there are in fact 20 vowel sounds in English. There is a long R sound in the word B-A-R-N, barn. Then long O sound, B-O-R-N, born. And long U sound, B-O-O-N, boon. And long sound, B-U-R-N, burn. So these are the long vowel sounds. Next category of vowel sounds is called diphthongs. Diphthong means combination of two short vowel sounds. First is I and E and A. In the word ear, I and A, ear. Next is ear, pair, poor, day, by, boy, no, now. So these are the complete 20 vowel sounds in English. In the next slide we have complete 24 consonant sounds in English. So what is the difference between vowels and consonant sounds? Can anyone tell me? 1 minute. Vowel sound when there is no obstruction in the airflow when you are pronouncing. Ba, there is no obstruction. Whereas in the word there is obstruction. The air is obstructing somewhere in the air passage. Got it? The meaning of the word? The terms. So there are 24 consonant sounds in English. I will just name them. I will name the sounds. P, pit, b, bit, t, tap, d, dap, k. C is giving the sound of k. Cap, g, gap, fan, van, sad, zoo, man, not, hot, land, red, wed, sir. And most of you don't know that in English there is no th sound. It's the s sound. So, in the word thought, then, shy, j sound, the symbol is given in number 20, treasure. Then we have ch sound, combination of t and something like sh, chim. Then j sound, d and y, jam. Then y, yum. And last is ng, sing, ng sound. So these are the 24 consonants. I hope now you will have the idea of sounds in English. Sounds are most important. That helps you in pronouncing the words correctly if you have the knowledge of correctly pronouncing the sounds. So this picture shows you, gives you a complete list of all the 44 sounds in here and their symbols in English. All the sounds are given in one slide. And now Professor Loveleen will continue.
Pronunciation is something which you need to know. It is very oftenly said that English is a very poor language. Right? Why? Because it cannot explain that why CUT is cut, right? And your KNIFE is knife. K and C, it is a very confusing sound that both are actually giving the sound of K, but sometimes it becomes knife, right? Sometimes it becomes knight, KNIGHT, and sometimes you have king, 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 right? So this is the reason, bete, that English actually has 44 symbols, right? Giving the sounds of these, as ma'am rightly told us, 20 vowel sounds, right? And 24 consonant sounds. So the next time in cafeteria or any casual place you have someone complaining that, oh, English it is so funny. Sometimes it sounds like this and sometimes it sounds like that. You can correct them that no, actually you do not know. It has 44 sounds with very unique and distinct symbols. So you can master this PPT bete and you can become a master of English language. Alright. Thank you so much, Arvind ma'am. Very nice.
Let's start with the next topic. Our next topic is fluency. Fluency is the ability to read accurately, quickly, expressively, or soothingly. It refers to the continuity, speed, and effort in speech production. Basically, or in general, fluency is speaking or writing smoothly, quickly, and rapidly. When you are fluent in a language, you can communicate your thoughts without having to stop and think about what you want to say. In simple words, we can say that fluency is the flow and efficiency with which you express your ideas, particularly when speaking. A few grammar mistakes may appear in the explanation or while speaking, but it should be delivered in such a way that is easy to understand and shows the comfortable how you are with the language. I would like to share some tips with which you can improve your fluency. Firstly, get used to your target language pronunciation first in which you want to be efficient. Secondly, start speaking the target language as much as possible. Use flashcards with images to learn vocabulary. You can also use tongue twisters to increase your fluency. Start thinking in the target language in which you want to be fluent. Read, write, and repeat. Also start listening comprehension and also start talking to yourself. In this slide, you can see what is fluency. Oral reading fluency includes 3 parts. First, accuracy, reading with few errors. Second is reading speed, the rate at which a student reads. Third is prosody, the skill of reading aloud with proper intonation, phrasing, and expression. As you can see, why should we focus on fluency? Fluency is not an end in itself, but a critical gateway to comprehension. Fluent reading frees cognitive resources to process the meaning of what is being read. As fluency is connected or followed by our second topic, which is comprehension. Yes. Comprehension is the process of active engagement that leads to an accurate understanding and interpretation of what is read and what is listened. It is a process which involves thinking and reasoning. Comprehension is also an important part of gaining and understanding knowledge, as we all know that it is the one of components of speaking. Basically, comprehension means the ability to understand what you listen or what you read. It is also an exercise which aims at improving or testing one's ability to understand a language. As we all know that comprehension is connected with reading and listening, there are 3 components of language comprehension. First is background knowledge, second is vocabulary knowledge, and third one is language structure. As I said, comprehension is connected with learning and reading, listening also. I would like to share some tips with which we can improve our listening or reading comprehension. First, learn by listening. Second, regular practice. Third, expand your range of words. Fourth, listen different accents and should write also. Fifth, take help of language learning tools which we can use, or we can have these from the internet also. Next is engage in conversations. We can use this with our friends, family. And the last but not the least is listen and repeat. Thank you. Now, I would like to invite Dr. Rubel Brat, convener of the English Literary Society, to begin with the activity. Thank you.
The whole purpose of communication, of speaking, that implodes with it, right? It doesn't become successful. You are not able to reach out to your listeners, to your audience, right? So the purpose of your speaking skills is that you are understandable. Whatever ideas are generating here, you should be able to express them, and the other party should be able to understand that, right? So comprehension is a must, and ma'am very nicely has given us tips on the fluency and comprehension. So as I was telling you before also, we will be sharing this PPT, but please, you need to work on it. You need to revisit it. So how will you create the introduction in your mind? You should know how to introduce the topic by giving its meaning. Simplest thing, whatever topic you get, start defining it. Start giving the meaning of it. What exactly it is meant, how it is commonly perceived, how it is commonly understood, right? That's how you introduce the topic. That in a general sense, this is the meaning, okay? Like that you can start. Body, you build up your topic. How? By giving its relevance. What is its significance? What is its importance? Why we are talking about it today, okay? So, the relevance part. Then, along with that, the next thought that should come to you is what are its consequences? What are the pros and cons? What are its strengths? What are its weaknesses? What is the advantageous point of this particular topic? What is its negative part? Right? Then, after going through the relevance, the consequences, you have to come to the conclusion. Conclusion, it is always nice that if you give your take, your opinion on a particular topic. Or if you can think of the words of some great person, right, to quote upon, right, you should quote that opinion. So it can be opinion of an expert or your own opinion that I understand this particular concept in this particular manner. Alright, is it clear? Yes. The structure is very simple, right? Introduction, body and conclusion. That is on the tips of each one of you? Yes? Now, 50 to 60 seconds, just a 1 minute long exercise. So how are you going to do it? You need to introduce. The first step will be introduction, right? So how do you introduce dream? You start defining it. Dream is a series of thoughts, images and sensations occurring in one's mind during sleep. Okay. It can also refer to a cherished aspiration, ambition or desire for future. Okay. Then we come to the next part, that is the body. Dreams hold relevance as they provide insight into the subconscious mind, reflect desires, fears and unresolved issues. They inspire creativity, problem solving and can serve as motivational forces guiding personal growth. So what have you provided over here? You have provided the strengths, you have provided the relevance, you have provided the consequence. And finally, you conclude, dream is not that you see in sleep. Now over here you are contradicting with the meaning that you have given in the first sentence. That it is not just that you see in the sleep. dream is something that does not let you sleep. And here, these words are taken by, very good, excellent, Dr. Abdul Kalam. Once you have framed the ideas in your mind, right, you start speaking. Because of the paucity of time, the lack of time, we will not be able to give you 1 full minute, right? We will be allotting you somewhere around 30 to 40 seconds of time. Hush. You need to stand up.
Alright. Please read the topic loudly.
Quiet, please. It's going to come to you as well.
First of all, I would like to thank all our teachers for giving us this opportunity. This sure is an amazing chance for us to know each other and gain a lot of confidence. And the topic I got is knowledge, which is quite amazing, I would say, because this is something that we come here to gain in college. And I would say knowledge is not only that we get from books. We are here getting knowledge from each and every individual, getting from teachers. I feel confidence also is knowledge. You get a lot of knowledge. Thank you so much. That was my time.
My name is Manmeet Singh and I am a student of BA Honours Social Science, and today my topic on which I am looking extemporary is sacrifice.
Sacrifice. Very nice.
Ma'am, there have been a lot of sacrifices in Sikh history.
Very good.
Like in our Sikh history, there have been sacrifices like Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji and Guru Arjan Dev Ji, and Guru Gobind Singh Ji also sacrificed his 4 sons and for
Sake
Sikhs.
of Sikhism, for the faith. What can we learn from this?
Ma'am, we can learn that if we can sacrifice, they have sacrificed for their religion, we can sacrifice for our dream, that the things we are not able to do, we have to sacrifice. And we have to do a lot of
Hard work to reach to our goals. Yes, very good, excellent, very nice. Quiet, please.
Rhyme of words.
Very good.
Describe our feelings.
Very good. Very good. Excellent. The topic was poetry, and he has expressed that through beautiful verse and words we can express our inner feelings. Anjipete.
I want to listen to what students say.
Good morning, ma'am. Good morning to all of you. My topic is comfort. I think in this today fast-paced world, comfort is for everyone. We go in the buses and choose the front seats for comfort, and we go in the like beaches and as well as we go in restaurants, and we always expense and spend a lot of money on expenses and comfort zone. In terms of cars, we expense, and we take a lot of things like AC and the seats and automatic. And as the youngsters always go for the comfort zone and showing like their attitude in front of other people. And if the word comfort goes in the parents, they always act like you are not adult and you are our child. So you don't have to go in the comfort zone. You always make yourself for the hard work and improve yourself day by day. And in my opinion, comfort zone is you have to go in that zone after the adult age. If you have success in your life and you achieve a lot of things for your child as well as your parents, that everyone proud of you and you make an example in the society.
Very good. On the behalf of the PG Department of English and Foreign Languages and the entire fraternity of students, first of all, we convey deep regards and wholehearted thanks to Professor Jasprit Kaur, Head of the Department, Dean Placements, Dean Languages, Controller Examination, who has always been supportive of our initiatives and encouraged us to strive for excellence. I would also like to extend my acknowledgement to our teachers who have been our guiding lights, imparting wisdom and knowledge to us and nurturing our talents. Their unwavering support has been instrumental in our growth and in making this event a huge success. And we extend our most sincere thanks to Pritpal sir, who always stays till the end of every event organized by our department, capturing the valuable moments in his camera. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Pritpal sir. Last but not the least, a big thank you to each one of you, our fellow students and our stakeholders who made this workshop a success by showing interest and participating in this workshop with full zeal and enthusiasm. Thanks once again.